All right, welcome back to another episode of Grand Caliber. We spent last week reviewing the comments. We really appreciate you guys giving the feedback. It looks like you guys want a combination of watch content, specifically, watch reviews or something unique about a watch. You want a little bit of the lifestyle, maybe lunch or dinner with the team. And then you do want some insight on the actual business itself, which we're going to try to hit on this channel. It's always challenging because you never know what comes through the door in terms of content. Everything that we do, it's not scripted. It's just we work with what we got. Hopefully we'll get you some client interaction this week. Keep in mind, it's a little different than it was in early TPG days, because in early TPG days, a lot of clients would come in and want to be on camera. As we've grown, ADs have been more in tune to what's going on with the gray market. So sometimes clients that have really strong relationships with ADs don't want to be on camera. So unfortunately, we missed some content there. But we're going to try to get you some client interaction, some deals. In the near future, we're going to try to get you to IWJG shows and more watch events. We'll definitely sprinkle in some of the business content as well, as you guys have mentioned you guys wanted. And like I said, we're open to feedback. This channel is built by you guys. So if you guys have any more comments or feedback or want to see something, let us know in the comments below. But let's see what we got in store this week at Grand Caliber. I think we're going to start doing these meetings every Tuesday moving forward. I don't think we've ever really dived into the data, the sales data. So this is really to give you guys a little bit more clarity on revenue, margins, what you guys are doing individually. We're electing to record it, but point is, we're not here to make anyone look bad or anything like that. It's more of an honest assessment within the company. We were pretty excited around June 12th to June 14th because we were actually ahead of pace. I think we came out the gate real strong this month, but then starting around June 12th to really today, we haven't done much. Part of that is, Alfred was traveling, Marco was traveling, Eric is now, out as well with COVID. Vic, I think you were at someone's graduation. So, you guys have been in and out, but really from June 12th to today, we haven't really moved the needle much, and now we're behind pace. This right here is a chart of average hold time. Yellow being owned inventory, green being consigned, and white being just the average. Like I said, the team has done an incredible job at getting that hold time down. Whether it's consignment or purchase, we're averaging right now 10 days, which when we've been talking to investors, something that Clyde brings up is how many times can we turn that inventory in a month, right? If our average hold time is 10 days for a consignment, that theoretically means that we can turn that 3 times within a month. So that's how we're getting some of those projection numbers right there. Overall, the team, I think, is doing an incredible job. I think the message is still the same in terms of, what Marco has brought up. Wholesale price is now like the retail price when you're sourcing watches or when you're quoting watches, right? So we got to get below. We had a situation where white gold Pepsi came in at a very healthy number, in my opinion. It came in at 42. And we were talking about listing it at 46 or 47, which is where Vic had listed it. And then now the conversation should be, just given the market environment, we probably should just get them out. Focus a little bit less on margin and more focus on just getting out, getting volume.
The way the industry is going, guys, it's obviously very, very slow out there. I mean, I've talked to a lot of guys. I mean, it's not just us putting these numbers up on the board. It's a lot of people. It's not an individual thing. It's out of our control. It just means you have to work a lot harder and focus on what's actually selling. So, what Jimmy's doing is analyzing everything and analyzing what's going to be selling, and that's what we need to retarget to. On another note, I'm basically been telling all the sales guys, I've told you, Vic, I've told you guys, like, look, if somebody comes along and there's a profit on the table, take it. We're not really in the market to where we just hold stuff and just wait for the next buyer, because every time we wait, that market price now shifts down. I mean, prices have been dropping, and hopefully we'll hit the bottom soon, and we'll figure out what the market will do to stabilize, and then we can kind of assess from there. I think we hit the shows hard again, because those shows seem to at least they put numbers up every time. I mean, whether it's little or big, if we're buying watches right, and if we're focusing on that number, what the watch comes in on, we'll always be able to wholesale it out and get another buyer quickly lined up. But if we're doing what we were doing back in January, February, March, just taking in things at hot numbers, it's not gonna work.
I think we'll get on the calendar to get to an IWJG. I think that's a huge outlet for us. But going back to the original comment is let's just get watches in and out, focus more on the volume, a little bit less on the margin. I think the analogy I use is like with this market, you never know. So it's like reaching your hand into the cookie jar to grab a watch to hold, and then you don't want to get slapped by holding it for
Grandma will slap
weeks.
you.
Eric, thanks for jumping on the call. Get healthy soon. Do not come back in until you test negative.
It's 11/11, by the way.
11/11, make a wish. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so tell your client, I just got offered right now from a dealer I know a brand new brand new Batman Oyster. This is May 30th, 2022.
That's the thing, it's like
It's recent.
they just as important as far as condition. The Batman, he's cool with even naked, so I doubt the price is gonna be good enough. That's the thing. On the Batman, he's more concerned. Actually,
bro,
here he
like,
is. Hold on real
cost
quick.
you just-
What's up?
Hey man, I was running the numbers and I can't do it. I can't do those numbers that you offered me. It just doesn't work.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry man. I was trying to make it work, but you know, it just doesn't work.
Nah, no problem, man. Hey, real quick, here's Marco.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Marco?
Hey, not too much. All right, so those numbers don't work for you. So let me ask you this: what numbers or how close to those numbers can we get to make it work? 'Cause I want to work with you, and I mean I want Vic to, obviously close this deal with you, but I just want to make sure we do all the fact finding we can before we let you loose. So
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I really get it. I mean, the market's just really tough right now, and like I was hoping to get closer to 40 on the Sky and closer to like 15 on the OP.
Closer to-
which,
closer to 15 on the OP could make sense. Closer to 40 on the Sky is not going to make sense. Look, here's the deal: I can get those brand new on call all day for 40, brand new. Yours is, obviously a worn watch. That and on top of that, I might be able to come up a little bit, but I mean, if you're trying to get 40 from us for that watch, it wouldn't happen. Not with us. I mean, I'd like to work with you, but here's the thing: the market's going to just continue to, destabilize if the recession is, unfolds the way people are predicting it will. Because if we go into a recession,
definitely.
watches are the last thing on people's minds. But I mean, of course, like any industry, it'll still happen. Like we'll still be buying and selling watches no matter what. But at the end of the day, prices will go to a much lower point. Because I've seen this before. It's going to be a slow climb back up for everything to correct itself out, in my opinion. But listen, at the end of the day, I want to close a deal. I want to make it work. Give me an exact number on that Sky that I could sell it for. I could sell it and still make some money. Like, what do you see? Where do you see it?
Can we get like 38?
I can sell it for close to 38, but there's no room in it for 38 for me. So here's what I'm thinking. If you want to let me sell it for 38, I'll sell it for you for 38,000, but then I'll take a cut for doing it. At that point, we just consider it like a consignment rate. If I sell it for 38,000 minus 5%, you get 36.1. So we're right there at the number anyways.
Yeah, I mean that only is $1,000 different.
The only thing is I could try to retail it for 40, and try to find you a retail buyer, but still, even if I sell it for 40 and I take that same 5%, now we're at your 38,000. So if I sell it for 40, you're at 38. Then I can make that happen. But the only way for me to make that happen is I'd have to take it on consignment because I can't stock it for 38,000.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And then the OP, those colored OPs are just a little tough right now because they're very, very much a hype watch. And I think people right now are after watches that have more long-term collectability than anything. Because like these little hype watches that are, blowing up back in February, March, they're the ones taking the biggest impact. I mean, this watch back in February would have sold for what, 20-something? 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. So it took a huge hit. So now the price of that watch is hovering between, wholesale buy should be between 13 to 15, at 10% for your markup on that piece. That's basically where we're at. I think if you're trying to maximize your return and you're trying to get into a better watch, I think the strategy for you should be more consigning and let us try to consign these watches, sell them for you, and then when we sell them, we put you into the watch you want, and then you'll be in the best side of both worlds. Because then you'll have the most back for your watches, and we'll be able to put you into the watch tax free.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just worried if the market continues dropping, these consigned watches don't sell.
Well, I mean, look, they've been. Listen, here's the thing. It's no secret. They've been dropping. At the end of the day, it's not like they're going to drop dramatically further from here. I don't think it'll be a dramatic drop, but I still think it'll keep correcting. And remember, at the end of the day, they can also go up. I mean, we are already seeing light ceramic Daytonas creeping up. So it's not like, it's just going downhill forever. It's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. It's all in the movement in the markets. I tell you what, if you just want to experiment, we already have the watches here. If you want me to push them for a couple of days at, your prices, I will. I'll extend that to you as a courtesy. I'll just say, like, look, let me just, it's already here, we'll push them. And if they sell, great, then I'll just give you that consignment rate. And if not, then we can just return them, no big deal. And then, you do whatever you want to do from there.
Yeah, I think that actually sounds good. Let's try that.
Because I already have somebody interested at 38 for the Oyster Flex, but they're not like committed to it. They're just interested. I'll try to push it along with Vic, and I'll have my guys we'll throw it around, and I think we can make something happen in the next couple of days. Like it's a very desirable watch, so at the end of the day, it should sell. Then the little, Tiffany OP, 15K. We'll throw it up. Let's just try to sell it for you and see what happens. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good.
Okay, cool.
All right, yeah, thanks, Marco. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I want to teach you something from that conversation. As soon as you said, hey, those numbers don't work, and you're saying, okay, fine, you quit fact-finding. And the lesson here is always continue to find out the facts, because I want to know, all right, these numbers you're not happy with these numbers, well, what numbers are you happy with? Do they make sense for me? Do they make sense for you? Where can we compromise? Because at the end of the day, I want to do business with you, and I want to make this work. And there is a happy medium between every party every time. You just got to find it.
So as a collective team, Marco.
Yes, sir.
So this question, how well do 41 Datejust hold value over 5 to 10 years? That's kind of
You've been buying them for the last 5 to 10 years. I'd be asking your ass the same question. You've been buying this Datejust since I known you, bro.
10 years, it will go up.
5 to 10 years from now?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's just like anything else, like inflation and... these things are obviously commodities. They're gonna.
Where is it gonna go in the next 3 to 6 months?
Probably. I think it'll be like somewhat stable. It'll be within a certain plus or minus. I think 1,000. I don't think it'll.
So big. A certain plus or minus. Why do you set your phone that way? That's like the perfect way for it to fall.
No, it's fine. It's a little stand for my phone. I can see it.
So what happened to your phone this weekend?
Fell out of a plane.
You see what I have to deal with? This is what I have to handle every single day. This shit.
I want to get my question answered.
All right.
Okay.
So you said, how well do you think 41 Datejust will hold value over its 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years?
And that's the thing. It's
Not
like,
well.
is it?
Up. One worse.
Well.
5 to 10 years?
I think it'll be up.
Okay, of all the watches though, Datejust, like why would you want to hold a Datejust for 5 to 10? I'd rather hold the Daytona for 5 to 10.
Think back 5 to 10 years on a Datejust.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I vividly remember buying Datejust 2s back in 2015, 2016. Okay, when I was buying and selling things off Craigslist, I was on average paying $4,500 to $5,500 for them.
Okay, right.
And I was reselling them for $6,000 to $6,500. Mm-hmm. So that same Datejust 2 today that's 7 years later, and we're at what, 12?
Just don't count inflation.
Well,
and the value goes up.
The way that this economy is going, bro, that's going to be worth like 30 G's at no
exactly.
point. Buy and hold, baby. Buy and hold.
Just buy Datejust.
If you're just worried about the monetary value, sure, yeah, it's going to go up.
So I was able to get out of the office today. We're going to do some lifestyle photography today. We have a Tag Heuer design watch, and so what we wanted to do is do more lifestyle photography where we're using brands that complement the watch. The focus is always the watch, but this here is a Porsche watch that is a Carrera, which is what this car is. So we thought it'd be a really cool idea to do some lifestyle photography that complemented one another. So we're gonna spend a couple hours here. I got Ty and Alex working on photography, so excited to see what they come up with. All right, let's do some unboxing.
Sounds good.
All right, let's see what we got here today.
Oh, this is for you.
Oh, hey, we got some fan
There
mail.
you go.
This is from Rob with some nice Morgan Stanley wrapping.
This is a Rolex.
Thank you, Rob. That's inventory.
Yeah, I think so. Alright, well, he's opening that one. I'll open this one. Okay, cool. This is a sold order for Vic. 126331 rose gold, two-tone, chocolate dial.
Nice. I got Rob
Oh, wow.
some Pro V1s for the Executioner swing, a pitch fix, and some tees. So thank you so much, Rob. Really appreciate it.
Got an older Rolex.
Another Rolex?
Older one.
Older Rolex. Ooh, old school Explorer 2. Actually, let me hold it the right way for you. An Explorer 2. White dial, older reference number. Let's see what came with it, though. Oh, this is a Source watch that Marco has sold. So we just got this in from the dealer. So we're going to get this out to the client, likely later today.
We have another Marco watch, I'm just assuming. Old style Pepsi.
Man, this thing's hard to get out. All right, well, that concludes unboxing. We're going to get back to this. I saw a few comments in the last video that people say they really enjoy the unboxing, so hopefully we get more inventory in.
Every day. I'm trying to consign and buy every day, so.
That, or you send Alpha a gift.
Yeah.
We sell that Pepsi?
Marco claims he sold it.
Not the white gold, the stainless steel.
Yeah, that was traded for the white gold.
Then we will own the stainless steel, right?
We own the stainless steel, and then the client traded their white gold down he downgraded. So then now we fully own the white gold one. This is the big operational task today, is take a look. What we've wanted to do, or what we want to do, is make sure that every watch that comes in is now wrapped. Honestly, not sure why we haven't done it before, but we do have a lot of watches that we own and a lot of watches that are on consignment, and we want to make sure that they're taken care of. And so we do wrap the watches now coming in, and then we're going to start tagging them. You'll see a tag here with the price and then a code on it. That code would talk about what brand it is, what material it is, whether we own or consign it. So there is a specific sequence to the number that tells the sales associate the details of the watch. So the object or the task today is to make sure that every single watch is tagged, every single watch is wrapped, and then making sure that everything is updated in our new inventory app, because that's the heartbeat of our company. It's what our sales guys rely on, so we don't want any miscommunication. So that is a big overhaul. We made a decision to lower the credit card fee. Typically, companies pay anywhere between 2 to 3% to a merchant service platform to process the payment. In our business specifically, we pay an additional 1% to a company that insures that credit card transaction, because the last thing you want is someone to buy a watch, claim fraud on it, then the company loses money and they're also out the watch. We see that happen all the time. Unfortunately, people buy it, claim fraud, even though we shipped it, delivered it, invoiced it, all of that. So all in, it could be 3.5%, 4%, depending on the merchant service fee. We elected as a company, we're going to eat some of that just to hopefully generate some more exposure to the watches by pricing them a little bit more aggressively. So we have one of our operations associate updating all of the Shopify pricing on our website. We're gonna have a team here wrap all these watches and tag all these watches. Can you still work with this?
I hate it. I hate it.
You hate it?
I do.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, we tried it, but it's like, as far as pictures and, there's no angle that you can hold it for it to look like.
But you do have access to the Google Drive now too. So all the professional photographs that Ty shoots before it gets edited, you would have access to. Adjust. I give you 2% credit card fees, but in return, I'm asking you to take pictures with the rafts. Give and take, give and take.
Except we're gonna make a lot less.
What's up, bro?
Bro, no. First of all, I'm
Flavor Flav!
That's not big enough for the Flavor Flav. That ain't big enough. What is that for his baby?
You got some weight to it, Alfred.
I know.
On a serious note, since Sutton's out, are you going to polish?
You know, I wasn't today, but do y'all need me to go?
Yeah.
'Cause I'll leave right now.
If you can ask Alex if that Pepsi's done, because that's got to go out.
Does he have the Pepsi?
Daytona.
He should have a stainless steel Pepsi.
To take it today for it to be polished. Not that it was already there. So let me call Alex right now.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? Hey, where's that Pepsi at?
More than the change.
It's that polish.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Wait, the white gold or stainless steel?
Stainless steel.
The one that you need sent out.
What the?
Yeah, it's that polish. It's in Frisco.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. Bye.
Yo. Alfred Green here.
Oh.
Hey, big.
Well, maybe
Alex,
it's like,
what's up, man? Sound like you on the road.
Oh, yeah, I am. What's going on?
Oh, it's hard.
Man, they told me last minute they need this Pepsi finished up today if possible. I don't know how possible that would be.
Which Pepsi? Some you have?
Nah, stainless steel Pepsi.
Do you have it or do I have it?
He said you have it.
Yeah, not a problem, brother. I'll take care of it. Just drop off the shipping box and I'll take care of it.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
all right, we're going to try a new segment, something that I want to incorporate on every episode moving forward, which is a Ask Us Anything, which is where we go to the prior episode, look at 2 or 3 comments, and address them in the upcoming video. So before I jump in though, something that has caught our attention that we want to address is it seems like our comments are being deleted. It's not something that we are doing. I spent about 2.5 hours last week, Tuesday, when the video came out, engaging and interacting with different comments, and I noticed that several of my comments are being deleted. And we also had a really great client of ours who's been with us for 2+ years reach out to me saying that his comments have been deleted as well. He's a great client. He doesn't post anything vulgar. It's actually positive comments as well. So we're trying to figure out what's going on there. So if any of you guys know anyone that works at YouTube or know what could be causing this, please let us know in the comments below. I picked out 2 or 3 comments from the last episode. We had Rob Schneider Carrick as well as Mr. Yark83 ask a very similar question. Rob Schneider Carrick says, why don't you invest in your own stock instead of consigning everything? And Mr. Yark83 says, are you selling all consigned pieces? No, we're not selling all consigned pieces. We own our own inventory, but we do have a large consignment inventory as well. And that's really for 2 reasons. One, in this market environment, when we want to buy a watch, we're going to make a very competitive offer, but at the same time, we want to make sure that it's an offer that we are healthy in, because with watch prices, things are fluctuating quite a bit. Oftentimes, the client wants to maximize their return, and therefore they lean more towards consignment just because they yield a much higher return. So more so, clients are willing to consign watches versus taking a little bit of a lower price that we would offer. Secondly, a lot of times a client will consign a watch. Once we sell it, they'll actually take the proceeds and repurchase a different watch. So it actually generates more business for us, not only selling their watch, but helping them find their next watch. So we do a little bit of both. Next question is Jesse Ham. They said, why are you sending out a $200,000 plus product without getting money wired and cleared? Might want to work on that process. You are right, we got to review our process to make sure that it's tighter. However, this happens pretty often in the industry. Dealers will send a watch or send money before they receive a watch. This watch community, especially dealers, it's based off of trust, right? When you do business with someone frequently and for a long time, you develop that trust where you're willing to send out a watch before receiving payment. Think about it in both the buyer and seller's shoes. Someone has to ship a watch first, or someone has to pay first. Either way, there's a big risk there. For example, Roman, if he sends us a watch, sometimes he'll send it before we make payment, or sometimes we may send a watch to him before he makes payment. Again, that's built on trust and credibility. Last question is by Aston Bond. He said, or she said, I don't know, Total respect for your honesty, Jimmy. BTW, by the way, where's Trinae? Trinae's still here. She's our business operations manager. The day that we filmed last week, she just wasn't in the office. Keep in mind, we do have a team here where half the team is on camera, and some of the members don't want to be on camera. They prefer to be a little bit more private, which we respect. But Trinae is here. Hopefully, you'll see her in future videos or episodes. But yeah, she's here handling our business operations. That's the end of the questions for this week. But like I said, if you have any questions for us, please comment below. It could be directed towards me or to Marco, Vic, Eric, whoever. And we'll try to address them every week. And then if someone can help us with this YouTube commenting issue that we have, I don't know why it's getting deleted, but if someone knows someone on YouTube or can help us figure out what's going on, that would be greatly appreciated. So we hope to see you next week. Thanks again.